SOS, I need an angel now. He's so fast, I feel the danger around. We got danger in the dance hall, whiskey in the mind. Sober up like a good boy, just don't have the time. 'Cause I'm young and off the reservation.
Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another vlog if you're new here. Hello, my name's Carly. I'm 30 years old and I live in Vermont with my family, and I've got a friend on my back today. We are in my kids' room. This is where my oldest sleeps right now, our youngest, Indy. She is still in a crib, so the objective is to get this room painted and kind of made over before we move her out of our room and into here for them to start sharing a room. I have been on a hunt for the right paint color for this room, and I kept running into an issue. We bought this house a little less than a year ago, and the people who lived here before us painted this room some bold colors. Half of the room is a very bright lime neon green, and the other side of the room is a very bright cobalt blue. And one thing that has taught me is that when you're trying to decide what color you want to paint your room and you bring home your swatches, if all your walls are different colors, all your paint swatches are going to be different colors too. So I had maybe purchased my 10th or 11th paint sample, and I was FaceTiming my mom, and she said, Carly, why don't you just go ahead and do the primer? You know you're gonna paint the room, so why don't you go ahead and prime it so that whenever you do your paint swatches, you can actually compare them and the colors won't look all wonky. And I said, Mom, that's a great idea. So that is the journey we have been on over these last few days. We have been trying to get the paint done where we can. Painting with young kids is a little tricky because they like to touch the walls, they like to touch the paint. My oldest wants to actually help me paint, and so, you know, we're taking our time. I was talking about this on Instagram the other day, and if you aren't following me there, I'm always on stories, so definitely head over and follow me there too. I was kind of talking about leaning into the chaos of having kids while trying to get a project done. I know that I'm really guilty of feeling incredibly resentful towards my children when I have a timeline for something and they just don't care because they have no concept of much of anything other than their little lives where all they really think about is, you know, having fun and playing and snacks. Of course, they don't understand that I'm trying to get this done quickly. It can be really easy to get hung up on our own personal timelines and just try to rush through. All I want is to see the finished product. All I want is for Indy to be out of our room and in this room. All I want is to get this wall painted today. You know, it's very self-centered the way that our brains work, especially when you're working on a project. For me, I struggle with breaking attention and then refocusing attention, and I can get really hyper fixated on something when I get into the groove of doing it, and I'll just want to finish it. I just want to get the task done. You know, you start the day with a to-do list of the things that you want to accomplish, and when your kids get in the way of accomplishing that to-do list, it can feel incredibly frustrating. So I have been working really hard to improve my mindset around what I'm doing and to also set the intention that the language that I'm using day in and day out about how I feel about my kids is positive and understanding and just like realistic about what I can expect out of a 16-month, 17-month-old baby and a 3.5-year-old. So although if this was pre-children, I would be able to get this room done in like 3 days flat, this room wouldn't exist if there weren't any kids, you know? And I'm trying really hard to lean into this concept that we can enjoy the process and not worry so much about the end product. There's so much beauty in this part of it all. There's so much beauty in the room not even being complete or totally planned out yet. There is a lot of beauty in the anticipation of a project being done. And so I'm trying to be gentle with myself, gentle with my kids, and lean into a little bit of the chaos. So we are gonna work really, really hard today to get the rest of these walls primed, and hopefully that means that we can move on to paint soon. I ordered a couple of samples of wallpaper that have arrived that I'm really excited to pick through. Again, I was sharing about it on Instagram today. I'm doing like a bracket style poll to see which wallpaper you guys like. But once I get done priming these walls, I will show you the samples of the wallpaper because they are so beautiful. I also have an emergency plumbing issue that I'll tell you about in a minute. That I had to hire a plumber to come help us with. So they just got here. So we have to put a pause on the painting to deal with our plumbing issue.
Get
Get in your nest, I'll tuck you in.
Let me put my lantern on so that you can see better.
Oh, thanks.
Mom, can you see better?
Yes, I can, thank you. Long ago, dinosaurs roamed the earth. I'm gonna sing one song today. Which one?
Twinkle little star.
Twinkle, twinkle.
How I wonder
what you are.
A little hug.
Group hug.
Polka dot key.
Oh, thank you.
Polka dot key hug.
Polka dot kitty.
Louder black. Louder kiss.
I love you. Good night. I just got both of the kids down for their naps. Wilder's been turning off his sound machine from inside of his room, so I have to put it outside of his room in the hallway, so it's so loud. But everyone's asleep. The plumber also just left, so maybe about a week and a half ago, Wilder flushed his underwear down the toilet. We took the toilet off the drain. I augured the toilet because I was like so convinced they were still in the toilet. So I augured the toilet to see if they were in there. They were not. Apparently his underwear had made it almost all the way to the septic, but about maybe like 8 to 15 feet away from the septic, it got jammed. And so for the last week, all of the water that we've used from the shower, the dishwasher, the sinks, the toilet, like anything that was sending water down into our septic got backed up. And we ended up having, I noticed a leak downstairs in our basement. So we spent yesterday trying to solve it ourselves. Not really because we wanted to, but because it's really, really hard to get somebody to come and service our area. We aren't in like a highly populated place, so there aren't a bunch of options available to us. And the people that we did know, it's kind of like word of mouth here. Like if you go and Google plumbers who can help you in this part of Vermont, we just can't find anybody. There's not like websites, there's no reviews, there's nothing that we could find who service our area. So we basically have had to go through word of mouth and just talk to as many people as possible, and we finally found somebody. Anyway, long story short, Wilder flushed his underwear down the toilet and it backed up our entire septic. So we were dealing with sewage. I had to cancel an Airbnb reservation, which was so frustrating. I haven't had to do that for anything other than a funeral, and so it was very disappointing to have to do that. And the plumber came and it took him a long time to get it. He asked if he could like take a picture of it because he was so proud, and said that it's one of the hardest things he's done in a while. A very expensive mistake, but it is solved nonetheless, and now we can move on with our lives because we haven't been able to use the toilets, we haven't been able to do dishes. My kitchen is a wreck. Oh my god, I have so much work to do in the kitchen today. We have laundry backed up because I haven't been able to do laundry, and I haven't, I'm so excited to shower. I worked out this morning and my hair is all greasy, so that's my exciting update. I just got a package in the mail and I wanted to show you this cutie little toothbrush I got Indy. So she has tons of teeth. We should have gotten her a toothbrush forever ago, but we got her this little like training toothbrush from Mushy, and it's so cute. Look at this. It has a little star guard, so you put the toothbrush through this and it helps them know not to put the toothbrush like all the way inside of their mouth, and it stands up like this, and it's silicone. So the ones that I've gotten Wilder were bamboo, and they're so gross. Like to get them clean where the bristles are is really, really hard because all the toothpaste gets like gunked up in there and you can't really clean them. And so you end up having to throw them away a lot. And so I thought this would be a better choice to get a silicone one so that we can just like clean it out and hopefully not have to replace it as much. And I also got some of these magnetic cabinet locks. Right now, I have some craft storage. It's in a really inconvenient location for the kids. It's in our office, inside of a closet. It's not really organized for kids to access. It's organized for me to access as the person facilitating the crafts. And I'm hoping to bring one of our cabinets that we have upstairs down here before Wilder is out for summer break, because I want him to be able to access all of his crafting stuff way easier, because he loves to like color and paint and work with glitter and paper and scissors and stamps and like all that stuff. So I want him to be able to be a little more independent in accessing those things, so that it's less of like he has to ask me for every single thing he wants to use kind of thing, especially over the summer when he's going to be home way more often. Now the issue is I don't really have a place down here for it. I want to have this cabinet for him, but I just don't really know where it's gonna go. We don't have a ton of wall space in here. Anywhere there's a wall, there is either like a window or one of the timber frames like this, and there aren't a ton of spots to like put a piece of furniture, and we already have 2 wooden cabinets down here, so it's just a lot of wooden cabinets. But I got those magnetic locks because Indy really likes to pull all those drawers out, and I don't really want her accessing things. I want Wilder to access them. So I got those to help out with that. And now that everybody's asleep, I am gonna make myself something to eat. So I'm gonna sit here and eat my lunch really quick. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on my phone and hopefully get some things done while these kids are napping. In the chaos of the last few days, our room has taken an absolute downturn. I'm ashamed to share like the state of our room. So we need to get it a little back in order. It's getting warmer outside. It's still like there's still 5 feet of snow outside, but it's getting warmer. So I want to put out a different blanket. This blanket is super soft and cozy and I love it. But I kind of want to switch it up a little and put a different duvet cover on our insert. Right now we just have it plain, like with no cover, and I think it might be a nice switch up to put something on. Where's Indy? There she is! I'm so excited to get the kids' room done, because once we get the kids' room done, I really want to get this room done. I hate the red paint in here. It gives me like mega anxiety. It's the same color paint that's in our entryway, and it looks very orange in our entryway, and it looks very almost like magenta in here. When it's sunny and like light in here, the windows let in so much beautiful light. It just makes it I just don't like it. I can't wait to paint this room. But until then, we're doing our best, you know? You can't do everything at once. We're doing project by project, right, Indy? I got this striped duvet, I think from IKEA a long time ago. It's just a nice one to pop on in the springtime, you know? Light and airy. It kind of has like a linen-y texture. I just need some change in this room. I'm not gonna paint it anytime soon, so I need something else to focus on.
this is that cabinet I was talking about. I just opened up those drawer locks that I got from Amazon. I'm going to attempt to install these while the kids are having snacks.